Hi, Scorpio. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at you, your twin, and the soulmate. This reading is called the Love Triangle. Okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, overall energy for this month's reading. This is September's reading, but it's timeless. So whenever you find it, this is what you're meant to hear, okay? All right, overall energy, Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign, or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart towards Virgo Capricorn. I feel like this is representing the soulmate, the new person coming your way, okay? This person is coming towards you, albeit they're coming very slowly. Let me explain why I feel like this person is coming this slowly. I feel like this person really sees your value. They really see what you bring to the table, and they don't want to fuck this up. Okay. They realize that you are like a once in a lifetime opportunity and they don't want to mess it up. Okay. All right. Then we've got the Eight of Wands. See, look, communication coming in quick, fast, in a hurry, communication. So I feel like this has been the nighttime. What am I talking about? Okay. Maybe they're going to contact you at night because I just said nighttime. Anyway, for some of you, maybe it's tonight. So I feel like it's been a long time coming. Like this person has always been slowly coming towards you. And I feel like over a long period of time, not just recently, that they've always been in the cards for you because this is a destined connection. Okay. So with the Eight of Wands, I feel like all of a sudden they're going to speed up. Something's going to happen and they're going to speed up and you're going to automatically get communication from them. Okay. I was about to say confirmation. So you may this may be a confirmation to you that you're about to be hearing from somebody soon. Okay. Underneath this, we have the Seven of Swords. You know who this is talking about. It's talking about your twin. Okay. They may be plotting and planning on how to try to get you back because, the dirty shit they've been trying to do is not working. Okay. Underneath this is the Five of Wands. So things have changed now. So whereas they came and tried to make you think, that there was puppy dogs and rainbows and all this love or long-term love between the two of you. Now they're going to have to fight for you with the Five of Wands is what Spirit is saying. Okay. And all of this is being manifested by you with the Magician. Okay. But this new person is coming towards you. Butterflies may be important in this connection. You may start to see butterflies. You may even see frogs before you're about to hear from this person. Okay. This connection is going to be somebody that comes in, like I said, and that wants to put in the work. I just see 333. We're talking about the love triangle, right? So this Knight of Swords card is showing up here. They may switch from the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords, or this could represent the twin coming in retaliation because they feel you jerking your energy away from them, especially when this person comes in with the communication. Okay. All right. So we're going to start by clarifying this Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. See, they feel you walking away. Look at what's under the Knight of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. I could stay in this deck all day long. I go through the whole deck and read the whole situation to you, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. So Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So when it comes to you, Spirit is telling you to continue to focus on yourself, focus on your creativity, because that is what's drawing this person to you. I feel like that's what's speeding up their arrival. All right. When it comes to this new person, I feel like they're detached. So this is about them no longer needing things to work out a certain way, going with the flow. This person is just riding the wave until it's time for them to show up in your life. Okay. When it comes to the twin, we've got the hammer card. So this is about them self-sabotaging, and then now they're trying to repair. So they broke this connection and now they're trying to fix it. Okay. They're trying to work on it, trying to repair it. But they're going to be very persistent. I feel like, let me tell you this. When this new person comes in, Scorpio, this twin is they're gonna turn and flip and be like night and day. This person is gonna be up your butt 24/7 once they realize there is somebody else there trying to mess with their good thing. Okay, they are gonna be relentless trying to get you back because they're going to see how happy you are. Because like I told you, they're not going to come in until probably right after you decide, you and your new person decide you're exclusive, you're going to be together, this is going to be a committed connection, and then here he or she comes. Okay, so I'm just telling you, beware. All right, so this first card here we're going to take a look at represents how you feel about the twin. So we've got the Two of Swords. This is talking about, this is my pooper get off the pot card. Spirit, this is like some things. There may have been some things about this person you didn't want to see in the beginning, but I feel like we all were like that. I feel like a lot of people are in love with love. Not that let me try this again. Not that you're not really in love with people or you don't really fall in love with people, but I feel like when that love takes over, a lot of times people are blinded to certain things. Okay. And that's natural. It's normal for that to happen. Okay. And with the Two of Swords, this is again, you realizing and recognizing you're going to have to make a decision. And I told you, the twin gonna have to fight for you, because look at the two dudes, or turn to females if you're a male watching my channel. Look at them fighting. They're gonna, it could be literal. It could be a literal thing where they may come to blows, because I'm telling you, Scorpio, this new person, don't get it twisted. They not messing around when it comes to you. Anybody very protective, and anybody mess with you, they gonna be messing with them. So it would behoove your twin to be very careful, because like this situation is gonna come out and be a shock. Okay, there's going to be a sudden change. This person's going to come in. I told you they're going to come in quick, because we got that Eight of Wands there, and it's going to be a surprise. You're not even going to be looking for it, and the person's just going to show up. But when you see them, you're going to know that it is them. Okay, because when I saw my person, it was like, oh, I knew it was him. I knew it was him. So don't be thinking, how am I going to know this and that? You'll know. Trust me. Spirit's going to make sure that you know. Okay. So we've got the digging card for you. So it's talking about spying on the masculine through social media. So some of you may still be looking at this twin, or you may know who your soulmate is, and you may be, checking them out, trying to see what's going on. Okay. But if you're looking at this reading, it's like digging too. Okay. So we've got the low self-esteem card. This is talking about your twin. They've got negative beliefs about themselves. They lack self-confidence, a lack of confidence, and they feel badly about themselves. That's why I told you. I think that's part of the reason why they trivialize your feelings for them, the feelings you had for them, because they don't love themselves. And so, like I said, I feel like you got to understand on some level why you're lovable in order for you to accept love from other people. You have to love yourself out first and foremost, of course, but you got to know why. Because like for instance, you got to be like, well, of course they love me. I'm cute. I'm smart. I got all this going on. I'm focusing on my passions. You got to think about, you have to cultivate that type of relationship with yourself. And it's not about being arrogant. It's not about thinking you better than anybody else. It's about knowing who you are and what you bring to the table. Because if you want other people to see that, you have to see it within yourself as well. Okay. Like I said, even if it's something about yourself that you normally don't like, hell, love it anyway. Love it anyway. Because if you want your person to love it, you got to love it too. All right. Okay. So the next card we're going to take a look at represents how you feel about the new person that's coming. So we got the Queen of Swords showing up here. Okay. This is an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And so with this card, this may be somebody who has been divorced. They may have been in a relationship with somebody and didn't work out. They could possibly have kids. With the Queen of Swords, this is also talking about someone who just don't, like I told you, they don't play. You see that Two of Swords card I just showed you, right? With them with a damn sword. Look, they got a sword here and they got a damn sword there. This is somebody who just don't play, okay? And so I feel like for you, you see this person as somebody very truthful, okay? Somebody who tells the truth, who keeps it real, keeps it 100, and I feel like you respect that about them with the Queen of Swords, okay? Let's clarify, because you're truthful as well. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Okay, so your person, the new person, could be a photographer with this camera card showing up here. It's talking about reminiscing, you know, making memories, learning from the past. But I feel like, you know, perception, I feel like for the majority of you, this is talking about you and this person are going to be making new memories together. Okay. And I think that's a beautiful thing. You've got the chaos card here for you. This may be showing up because for some of you, maybe you feel caught at a crossroads and you don't know who you're going to choose. But you got to look at what everybody's bringing to the table, because this twin ain't bringing you shit. It don't matter if you've been with them. It don't matter if you've been with them 20, 30, 40, 50 years. If this person, they can love you all they want, Scorpio, but if they're not showing it, if they off running behind other people, which is what is happening to a lot of you, where is the love? Where is the love? When I pull up cards about how they feel about you, hold on. I don't see no damn cups. I don't see no love whatsoever. Okay? So this chaos card, like I said, you got to think long and hard about this situation, because this new person is going to be all about the new beginnings. Okay? Wanting to start over with you, wanting to whatever it is you're wanting, they're wanting to have it with you. Okay? All right, this next card represents the twins' feelings about you. So the Emperor, okay? This is Aries energy. You may have Aries placements, your person may have. This is talking about them seeing you as their divine counterpart, okay? They know now at the end of, you know, when it's too fucking late, they know that you know, what you know, your value and who you truly are. Because like I said, this person was running around acting like they were better than you. But really, they need to be glad. They need to be kissing the damn ground or kissing your feet for trying to give them a chance in this situation. Because look at how they're acting. Look at the things that they're doing. And like I said, they about to miss out, because while they've been lollygagging and messing around with other people and stuff like this, you about to move on with somebody else, baby, with a banger, with a boss. All right, with a boss. Your new person, is showing up like this, like Emperor energy, okay? A boss person, big D energy. And you know what I mean when I'm talking about D? Big D energy, okay? Pun intended, okay? All right, so let's clarify. Okay, so see, all right, hold on, we're gonna talk about this in a minute. So this is you learning to love, okay? Unconditionally, unselfishly, with no limitations. I feel like you love like this all the time, Scorpio. That's why I feel like they hate on Scorpio so much, because we have the capacity to love like this. And then when you mess us over, we got the capacity to be the goddamn reverse and to get in your ass. And that's what people don't like, because they don't understand how we can go from this to this. But I'm like, if you don't mess with us, and you won't find out how. You won't find out. You will never know how if you don't mess around, right? Okay, so when it comes to the twin, they're gonna be wanting to reconcile, but like I said, too little, too late. They're gonna try to wait until it's the last, what did it say, the last hour or the last second or the last minute, and that's when they're gonna come in with this reconciliation, okay? Because they still running, fear of intimacy, running away, letting go, all this turmoil, because they, like I said, they got all this stuff going on within themselves that they don't want to deal with. So it's not essentially necessarily that they're just running from you, they running from all their stuff too. It's like they leaving the stuff right there and running away from it. Okay. And then we've got karmic relationship, because that's what this is. That's what this is. When you cannot sustain this connection and your person cannot, because the lack of healing, not wanting to do what you need to do, all this kind of stuff. That's what this is. It's a karmic relationship. That's what this twin flame connection becomes, because what it's always was supposed to be in the end was the two of you coming together on the same level and being able to sustain a beautiful love relationship that would surpass anything else you could have on earth with anybody else. Okay, but I'm not saying you can't. You can still have the soulmate is a good ass runner up. You can still have a beautiful relationship with a soulmate, and I feel like, in my opinion, it's better with a soulmate, because it's not all this obsession and all the craziness. All the craziness is taken out of the situation. Okay. So this person is still, being resentful, still being triggered, and it's just a lot of turmoil. It's just a lot of unnecessary stuff, from somebody who just don't even want to get themselves together. They don't want to. So that's why I tell you, just move on and just live your life. Because if they come back to you later at a later time and they're healed and you decide you want to be with them, you can do that if that's what you want to do. No, like I said, no judgment. You do whatever you feel like is you need to do, Scorpio. Okay. All right. So the next card represents how the soulmate feels about you. I think they see that you're stuck. Okay. They understand this though, because I feel like they've been in a similar situation, not necessarily a twin flame situation, but a situation where they had somebody, be abusive and breadcrumb and not treat them the way they deserved, and so on and so forth. So they understand this. I don't feel like this is going to be somebody who is very judgmental. Okay. If anything, if they're judging anybody, they're judging the twin. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Yeah. So with your card, this is spirit saying, this is playing out according to divine timing. All right. You are being watched by both the soulmate and the twin with the sunglasses card. Okay. Like I told you, the twin may try to play it off or whatever, but they all up in your business. They all up in your Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor. They in your social media, they watching you when you go to places that the both of you know about. That, like I told you, they lay in bed at night. They still looking at your text messages. They still listening to your voicemails. They still, if there was emails, whatever type of communication there was between the two of you, this person still goes through it. If they got pictures of you, they still looking at the pictures. It's just a big old mess. Okay. Because they just self-sabotage. They don't know how. They don't understand that all that shit that they keep suppressing, that's the reason why they self-sabotage, because they don't want to deal with it. Like I told you, they not just running from you, they running from all their stuff too. And when you love them, the love you have for them just brings all their crap up to the surface, and that's why they run. Okay. And then we've got boundaries. It's saying making self-care a priority, being direct, naming limits, self-awareness. This person needs to learn how to set boundaries and how to be self-aware, because I feel like they have people in their lives that step on their toes, just like they try to step on yours. Because remember what they say, hurt people hurt, right? Okay. So the last card here represents the outcome. It is the 10 of Pentacles. So you're gonna be building a legacy with this new person. Okay, this is gonna be somebody, like I said, who's gonna bend over backwards for you. They're gonna come with all they got, okay, and want to give to you, make your life better, make it easier. And I know it's gonna be difficult for you to put the gun down, Scorpio. And I know it's gonna be difficult for you to completely let this person in, because you've been through a lot of stuff. But do yourself a favor. Don't allow what all these other people did to you to mess up this beautiful thing with this person, okay? Because this person is going to be willing to prove themselves to you. It's not going to be a situation where they're going to come in and they're going to expect you to just trust them off the bat and do this and do that. This person is going to pace themselves and not care, if at first, you may have walls up against them. They're going to understand. Remember with the 8 of Swords, I told you, they've been through similar circumstances so they understand why you would be in that energy. Okay. And I feel like they're going to talk you down. What they say, talk you out of the tree or whatever, or talk you off of the building, whatever. They're going to talk you off of it, is what I feel like with the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a keeper. This person is a keeper. Okay. Okay, Spirit is telling you to stop ignoring any red flags you see. Stop sweeping things under the rug. Stop ignoring your red flags. Okay, I'm not saying this new person, ain't ever gonna hit no wrong notes. I'm not saying that, they're gonna be, they're gonna be true blue, but I'm saying I'm not telling you that this person will never make a mistake. But don't be afraid to set boundaries, is what Spirit is trying to tell you with this card. And don't be afraid to smack your own self if you're doing something to self-sabotage this connection. Okay. Then we've got lack mentality. I feel like this is talking about the twin. Okay. This is somebody, they just have totally fear-based thinking. That's why they can't open themselves up and be honest about how they feel. Is because they're afraid that if they take that mask off, okay, and let all that mess out and show you who they really are, that you won't want to be with them. But what they don't understand is the way they were acting with the mask on. A lot of you don't want to be with this person anymore. So the damage has already been done, is what I feel like. Okay. So we've got grounding. This new person is going to be grounding, stable, secure. They're going to offer you growth. Okay. And the long term, this is going to be a long-term life partner, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get some messages from the twin. Then we'll get some from the new person. Then we'll get some from Spirit. Okay. Here we go. And keep healing, Scorpio. Don't don't assume everybody can always get better. There's somebody that's been in my comments under other signs lately talking about they don't need to heal. And I'm like, that's BS. The very ones that say they don't need to heal, those are the ones that need to heal the most. Right? I'm gonna be I'm gonna keep it real, right? Because I would never sit up here and tell you I don't need to heal. Everybody got shit they need to deal with, okay? But it's that thinking like that, thinking that you're above it all. That's what keeps you where you don't want to be and keeps you alone. Okay. Hold on. You not realizing that, nobody's perfect. So we've got, I don't understand. This is from the twin. I can't make a decision. And then we've got, I can't talk to you right now. So this person is like completely and totally in some effing denial. I'm trying my best not to drop F-bombs, but I want to do it so bad. So badly. Okay, let's get some messages from your person. But this new person, they gonna be coming to Jesus, okay? They gonna come to Jesus before you come to Jesus, okay? And it's not gonna be a thing where they pointing the fingers at you. They're gonna be pointing at themselves, talking about what they need to do, okay? So it says, your voice has a therapeutic effect on me. I could listen to you for hours, okay? So this tells me you and this person are gonna have a lot of discussion together. You're gonna talk about what has happened to you in the past. They're going to share with you what happened to them in the past. And like I said, you're both going to find that you have a lot of similarities between each other. Okay. Then we've got, you are like an angel that came into my life to heal and nurture me. Like I told you, this connection is going to be very healing for the both of you. It's not going to be just be one sided. It's going to be for both. Then we've got, since I met you, I have more energy to push towards my goals. So you inspire this person already to be a better person. And I feel like they're going to be an inspiration for you as well. Okay. All right. Before you go, we're going to get a message from Spirit. See what else they want to tell you. Okay. So we've got forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So Spirit is telling you, you got to forgive I'm gonna tell you what's with it. You got to forgive this dipwad. Okay, we talking about the twin. You got to forgive them so that your energy can be light and be free and be open to, be receptive to open the door to let this new person in. Okay. All right, Scorpio, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Scorpio.